2021 is a big year for games with things like Far Cry 6, Halo Infinite, and even a Diablo 2 remaster. This will be a great year for gaming as a whole, but the future is looking a lot brighter. And what is up guys, Inch from the Denmen here, and today I thought we could rank my top 5 games for 2022 and beyond. Before we get started, drop a comment with whatever game you are looking forward to most. All of these titles get me excited for the future, so let's not waste any time and get right into the video. At our number 5 spot, we have the upcoming action RPG, Elden Ring. Now this is kind of cheating with it coming out on January 21st of 2022, but we're going to count it either way with the hype being drawn around it. Very similar to Dark Souls in style, but it also has a couple of little twists to it. This time, it will be an open world game with 6 main areas to explore. We're not sure of how big it is just yet, but it is most likely somewhere between being larger than Dark Souls and possibly a little smaller than that of a game like Skyrim. Horses will also be a big part of travel, and you will even be able to combat enemies from your mount. This could be something quite huge and looks to be very fun from what we've seen already. The enemies we have seen so far are very fantasy in nature, and I absolutely think that the aesthetic of them is quite unique. They take the existing concept of the game and turn it up to 11, which is really good to see. Co-op and PvP are also coming to the game, with it being very similar to From Software's other titles. Just like in the Souls games, you will be able to summon your friends and they will appear as phantoms. PvP, on the other hand, is also making a return with invasions. This time, it looks like you won't be able to invade solo players' worlds, but only face off against other teams. Even though this is an open world game, it will still have the tight combat that fans of Dark Souls have come to enjoy. The grim world of Elden Ring is something that gamers will remember quite well, and in an open world area, it could be the best of both worlds. We have been waiting some time for this, ever since we got the teaser trailer in 2019, and this is one game you will not want to miss out on. Next up, at our number 4 spot, we have Massive Entertainment's new AAA title. Avatar: Frontiers of Pandora looks to be quite the open world experience and one that everyone should go check out. We will see plenty from the world of Avatar in-game, from the fauna, animals, and the natives known as the Na'vi. From the trailer we got all the way back in E3 2021, you could start to see how the land will be shaped. Ubisoft has always done a great job at bringing breathtaking worlds to life, and Frontiers of Pandora looks to be no different. We're not sure of the story as of yet, but from what we saw in the trailer, the main antagonist looks to be the RDA. Fighting between the two factions was shown off, so it is a high likelihood as of now. Another big question mark would be when the game takes place. It is possible it could take place either before or after the movie Avatar that came out in 2009. It could also have some crossover with the brand new Avatar film that is coming out sometime soon. I expect that we will see it closer to the release date of the new movie, probably around fall of 2022. It will be interesting to see where they take the game creatively, because with a world like this one, there are a lot of different environments that we can explore. Realistically, if they can nail down the theme and world design, this would be one that you will not want to miss out on. The overall aesthetic looks to be on point, and exploration could be a major experience, so if you're into that, this looks to be the game for you. I doubt we will be getting any information sometime soon, so we will just have to wait and see for anything on the upcoming project, so stay tuned for that in the future. But coming in at our number 3 spot is God of War Ragnarok. The previous won Game of the Year in 2018, and for good reasons. It brought a soft reboot to the God of War franchise by bringing it into Norse mythology. Kratos also got an entirely new arc dealing with his son Atreus. Fans of the series loved the change, and alongside that, God of War had a compelling story and fun puzzles to keep you playing for hours. Ragnarok will look to continue this trend, and it will follow the events that happened in the previous game. At the end of God of War, Kratos defeats Baldur and they learn the true identity of Atreus, whose real name is Loki. In most Norse legends, the death of the god Baldur is what kicks off Ragnarok, so we will likely see Santa Monica's impersonation of the tale in game. If the player stays till after the first game ends, there is a secret cutscene where the God of Thunder Thor will show up to confront Kratos, so it stands to reason that he will be a major antagonist in the next game. We also know that Freya is making a return from the first game, so be ready for that as well. From the reveal trailer, it seems that there is a little time jump, with Atreus being more of a teenager from what we saw. This will likely bring on a new dynamic between Kratos and his son with what they learned on Jotunheim, and it will likely be a main story plot to follow. It also looks like Ragnarok will finish the tales of the Norse saga, but we don't know what they will be doing after that. Whether they do a different pantheon or just end the series right there is unknown. We will just have to wait and see in the future. Santa Monica is keeping the release date close to their chest, with it already being delayed once, but we do know that we will be seeing it sometime in 2022. Don't miss out on the next God of War game, because it will no doubt be quite the experience. At our number 2 spot, we have Obsidian's next big AAA title, Avowed. Set in the Pillars of Eternity universe, the world of Eora is one of fantasy and myth. Avowed will be taking a lot of inspiration from its previous game Outer Worlds and Bethesda's own Skyrim. It looks to be a combination of the two games, with an enhanced version of the Outer Worlds engine and a couple of features from the Elder Scrolls franchise. Obsidian's new fantasy RPG will likely be what you expect from them, with heavy narrative and a great deal of emphasis on choice. Like I said previously, Avowed is set in the world of Pillars of Eternity, so that means we will likely get a lot of former items, spells, and storylines, while also getting a slight soft reboot to the franchise. We already know that it will be a first-person RPG that is new to the Pillars universe, with the previous games being more of a tabletop-style feel to it with the overhead view. From what we saw in the trailer, it looks to take on a darker tone to the fantasy genre, and that is something that everyone should check out. When we saw it at E3 2020, it instantly became one of the most hyped games to come out. It is unlikely that we'll be seeing a release in 2022, with us not having any new information on it in a while. It is, however, more likely that we'll be getting more news on the game come E3 2022, with a possible release date sometime in 2023. With it being on next-gen consoles as well, it will look quite distinguished from any other game on the market as of now. Recently, we got a ton of new information on Avowed, so if you guys want me to do a video on that, make sure to drop a comment letting me know. If Outer Worlds was Obsidian's take on a Fallout-style game, then this is for sure similar to that of the Elder Scrolls series, so this is one game you do not want to miss out on. And finally, at our number 1 spot, we have the space-bound Bethesda game, Starfield. This is probably one of the most desired games coming out in 2022. There is a lot of hype surrounding Starfield, and there is a good reason for this. The creators of the game are the same ones that made both Skyrim and Fallout 4. When it comes to single-player RPGs, nobody has been better for a consistent period of time than Bethesda. Starfield will take you into the future where humanity has reached space. Together with the group Constellation, you will travel to a couple of different planets and explore the surrounding areas. This game will be on next gen only, so the potential for an amazing looking title is almost guaranteed. Xbox's recent acquisition of Bethesda Softworks will make this an exclusive title, so that means it will not be on the PlayStation. As of right now, we don't have a lot of information on the AAA title, but we will for sure be getting more sometime soon. There is still plenty of time for any news to come out, with a release date set for November of 2022, so we are looking at a little more than a year. Starfield is just one of those games that if you're a fan of single-player RPGs, then you will not want to miss out on this one. It has a lot of potential to be one of the best games we have ever seen, and definitely should be at our number 1 spot. The future of gaming is in good hands, with plenty of big titles coming out in the future. From Avowed to Elden Ring, each one has its own feel to it and has a lot of potential to be a top-notch game. Most of these are coming out next year, so we will not have to wait long to play them for ourselves. I'm sure all of you are excited for the future of gaming as a whole, and these are just a few that will lead the way. But that is all for me now though, guys. If you enjoyed the video, make sure to leave a like and subscribe. Comment any videos you want to see in the future, and I'll see you all next time.